In this video, we're going to take a look at the distance formula. The distance formula states that if we have 2 points, A and B, which have x and y coordinates, these are points in a coordinate plane, then the distance between A and B is represented by this formula. The distance is the square root of x2 minus x1, or the difference in the x values, squared, plus y2 minus y1, or the difference in the y values, squared. Okay, now where does this formula come from? Well, it actually comes from the Pythagorean theorem. So if we think about this example right here, we have point A and point B. So here's point A, here is point B. The distance between these points is not a horizontal distance or a vertical distance, but it's a diagonal difference, a diagonal distance. So to find the distance, we could take the difference in the x coordinates, which is what we see right here, and we have the difference in the y coordinates. Well, if we think about the Pythagorean theorem, that would be represented by like the legs of the right triangle. So it'd be A and B. So A squared plus B squared equals C squared, where C would be our hypotenuse. So in this case, our distance is what is represented by the hypotenuse. And so that is where this formula comes from, because our distance would be AB. So we would say AB squared is equal to the difference in my x values squared plus the difference in my y values squared. So then we would just take the square root of both sides, and that's where our distance formula comes from. So now let's take a look at one example. We just want to find the distance between these points. So we could go ahead and label this like this is the x coordinate of my first point, the y coordinate, the x coordinate, and y coordinate of my second point. So our formula, we have distance is equal to the difference in my x values squared plus the difference in my y values squared. So we can say this is -3 minus -6, which would become plus 6. And we have 1 minus 5 squared. Now we can simplify each of those. -3 plus 6 is 3, so we get 3 squared. 1 minus 5 would be -4, so we have -4 squared. And now we can say 3 squared is 9, plus -4 squared would be 16, and that equals the square root of 25, which is equal to 5. So the distance between A and B is 5 units, and that's the distance formula.